purposes of this class, we're going to say this is a surgical wound.
Okay.
That's why we're starting from the center and moving out, right? But a surgical wound, a non-surgical wound like a decubitus, you would start on the outside and then on the inside, right?
Yes.
And I want some unsterile gloves too. Some. Medium if you can. So we're going to say that I'm going to be taking off the unsterile dressing first, right? He's good. He's very good. So I'm going to make sure I have an order. I'm going to double identify my patient and put the patient in the appropriate position to do the decubitus, right, or do the dressing. And if you put it like this, I think it will be easier for all of you. I'm going to open up this over here, and I'm going to put my gloves on over here. That way I just kind of pivot to my patient, and I never turn my back on my sterile field. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put on my unsterile gloves. I already have this open. I'm going to put on my unsterile gloves here. Okay. And I'm going to grab my red trash bag, just like that. And I'm going to probably put it at the base of my patient here. Yes? And as long as I don't touch anything on this table, I do not have to take these gloves off right away. Now, if I put this here like this, and I happen to touch the patient or the linens, I would have to remove these gloves, clean my hands, and don another pair of unsterile gloves. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But I didn't touch anything there. So what I'm going to do now is take the dressing off, and I'm going to roll it in my hands, right? And I'm going to put it in the bag. What am I going to do next? I'm going to wash my hands. Do I have to put on sterile gloves to touch this?
No.
No. So I can just pick it up, right? And I'm going to step away from the sterile field, and I'm going to touch the corners. Yes? Just touch the corners. And I'm going to put it here like this. Yes? Now I'm going to put on my sterile gloves because I'm going to remove the contents from my sterile container, and I'm going to put it on my sterile field that I've created. Yes? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to pretend like I have a table over here, and I'm going to put on my sterile gloves, right? I have cleaned my hands, and I'm going to put on the sterile gloves. Okay, I'm going to take my sterile stuff and put it here, right? Oh, somebody's going to open forceps for me, right? Because I don't have any forceps.
No, she said as long as you put these sterile gloves on first, we can do it that way.
We can do it this way. Because I'm going to show you how to pack, and I'm going to use the
She said you just can't touch.
Does anybody have forceps?
Can you? It's some. I have some. If you wanna.
Can I
Oh, you're gonna
borrow
open
it?
yours?
Mine aren't open. You have an open one?
I need some.
Oh, look. How do you open this?
Here.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, because remember you can't do it.
So I'm going to put this, I'm going to open this up and put it in there, right?
Put it in there.
I'm going to put it in the saline.
Oh, so
But you're going to open up your gauze. Yes?
I thought you just pack it in there.
That defeats the whole purpose of doing it. I know that's the way some nurses do it, but you won't do it that way, right?
Her.
You're going to do it the right way.
Is that enough saline you poured, or you just?
No, I just poured a little bit. But I open up the gauze because that's how I would like you to do it too. And I put it in here. Now, I'm also, and most of the trays that you're going to see on the units are going to have the cleaning sticks right in the packets, okay? So we're going to pretend like these are the sticks that we have, but unfortunately we don't have the ones that I would like you to have, okay? So we're going to, let me see. You might have to open up one more gauze for me because that's probably not enough. So I'm going to have 3 of these that are wet, okay? Because I'm going to clean the wound. All right?
Oh, that's for cleaning. Okay.
For cleaning, yes. Okay. So I'm going to have 3 that are wet. This becomes my dirty hand. This will be my clean hand, even though this still was sterile, right? So because it is the wound that we're doing, I'm going to go once in the center. I'm going to throw it over here. Then I'm going to go a little bit more towards the outside and throw it over here. And then I'm going to do once more. I'm going to use one to dry. And you're going to open up another sterile gauze for me, right? And I'm going to pack. I'm going to pick this up initially in my sterile hand, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to pack it. I'm going to hold, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to use the forceps in my left hand and direct it. And this is my unsterile hand, right? So I'm going to pick it up out of here with my sterile hand. And I'm going to pack it like so. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pick up the next one. And then I'm going to make sure it's inside the wound.
So you pack it with your sterile hand?
This is sterile. So I'm going to leave this in here.
So where can you not use your unsterile?
You don't want your unsterile hand touching your sterile tray. So I'm going to take my 4x4. I'm going to put it over it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it here. I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to tape it all the way around, right?
With the sterile and unsterile hand. Cool.
Yeah, because now it doesn't matter.
No, because it's packed.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, how are we gonna?
Of course, I don't have enough tape.
Yeah, like, how?
Or pretend like you just done that.
And then I'm going to write the date, the time, and my initials on the tape. And I'm going to put it on here. So the next person comes in, you're going to set up your red bag and you're going to make sure that you have unsterile gloves and you're going to take all of this off, right?
And then
Roll it up.
so you don't want us to count it to make sure? Okay.
And you're going to throw it in the bag. You're going to go wash and then you're going to set up your sterile field.
Okay.
Is that all right?
That's clear enough.
Yep.
Absolutamente. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You good?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.